Okay, let's be real for a second. For a lot of us, the word math probably brings back memories of dusty chalkboards and formulas we swore we'd never use again. But what if I told you that math is actually a secret superpower? One that's already sharpening your mind and quietly shaping the entire world around you. So today, let's unlock that power.
So, is math just a bunch of numbers and equations? I mean, this question probably hits home for a lot of us, right? We're taught to see it as just endless, kind of boring calculations. But what if, just what if, that's only a tiny piece of the puzzle? What if math is actually a language, a tool for thinking that you're already using every single day without even realizing it? All right, here's the game plan. We're going to explore why math is so much more than what we learned in school. We'll start with why you should even bother with it. Then we'll see how it's the language of logic. We'll look at how it powers all modern tech, the careers it unlocks, and finally, we'll reveal your own daily superpower.
Okay, let's dive right in and tackle the big one head-on. The question every single one of us has asked in class. Why do I need to learn this? Well, the answer is surprisingly simple, and I promise you, it has almost nothing to do with calculating the angles of a triangle.
The real reason to bother with math is right here. Think of it like a workout for your brain. The goal isn't to turn you into a human calculator. The real goal is to build mental muscle, to develop a structured, logical way to solve problems, not just in math class, but in, every area of your life. So, if math is a mental workout, what muscles is it actually strengthening? Well, this brings us to a whole new way of defining what mathematics even is. Let's just redefine this whole thing. Mathematics is the language of logical thinking that teaches your brain how to analyze problems and think clearly. Notice anything? There are no numbers in that definition. It's all about analysis and clarity. Math is the universal language of logic, and it gives us a framework to make sense of a really complex world. And this framework builds some incredibly valuable skills. You learn problem solving, how to untangle a big, complex knot by breaking it into smaller, manageable pieces. You develop critical thinking to spot patterns, and even creativity. Finding an elegant, simple solution is a deeply creative act. And finally, you build discipline and accuracy, the ability to work carefully toward the right answer. Okay, so math trains our brains to think better. That's great, but where's the proof? Where do we see this in action? Well, it's everywhere. It's in the phone in your pocket, and it's in the rockets exploring our solar system. Let's start with the biggest tech revolution of our time, artificial intelligence. AI might feel like magic, but when you look under the hood, it's all powered by math. In fact, AI is fundamentally just taking abstract mathematical concepts and using them to build intelligent systems. This is where it gets really interesting. The engine of AI is built on a few key mathematical ideas. You know the recommendations you get on YouTube? That's statistics, the science of learning from data. The complex brains of an AI, called neural networks, they're built using linear algebra, which is basically advanced math for handling huge grids of numbers all at once. And how an AI predicts what you want next? That's probability, the math of uncertainty and chance. Next up, robotics. How does a robot in a factory or a drone in the sky know how to move, see, and react? Every single one of its actions is dictated by a mathematical model running in its digital brain.
And here's the breakdown. Geometry, the math of shapes and spaces, allows a robot to navigate a room. Algebra helps it process information from its sensors. And calculus, the mathematics of continuous change, is what allows for those smooth, precise motions. Without these, a robot is just a really expensive metal sculpture.
And finally, we've got the foundation of our entire digital world, computer science. The simple truth is that without math, computers couldn't even perform their most basic tasks. Programming is essentially built on a bedrock of mathematical principles. Every time you use a computer, you're using math. The core logic it follows, the algorithms that find information so quickly, the data structures that keep things organized, the cryptography that keeps your data safe, and even the stunning graphics in video games, it is all fundamentally applied mathematics. So we've seen how math builds technology. What does that mean for you? It means opportunity. The same skills that train your brain are the skills that unlock some of the most in-demand careers on the entire planet. And these opportunities are everywhere. We're talking technology, engineering, finance, healthcare, scientific research. The people with strong logical skills become the software engineers, the data scientists, and the financial analysts who aren't just in growing fields, they're in the fields that are actively building our future. This is such a critical shift in thinking. When a modern company says they want someone good at math, they are not looking for a human calculator. They're looking for what's on the right, a logical thinker who can understand data and solve complex problems. That is the superpower they're hiring for.
Okay, let's bring all this home. We've talked about brain training and high-tech careers, but this superpower isn't just for scientists and engineers. You use it every single day in the most ordinary situations.
Of course you have. It's a simple tool we all use to get from one place to another. But beneath that simple screen is a whole symphony of mathematics working in perfect harmony.
I mean, think about what's happening. The moment you type in a destination, the app uses geometry and algorithms to find the shortest path. It uses statistics and probability to predict traffic. It uses simple algebra to calculate your travel time. And it uses complex, math-based computer graphics to render that map on your screen. All of that happening in a split second because of mathematics.
And that really brings us to the core message of all this. Learning math was never really about passing a test. It's about being given the tools to truly understand the world.
And once you understand the world, you gain the power to change it. You can see how to improve things, how to innovate, and how to build something completely new. So forget thinking of math as just a school subject. It's a superpower. It's the tool that empowers you to be a creator, a builder, and a leader in a world that is becoming more complex every day. So the question isn't, are you a math person? The real question is, how will you use your superpower?